actual radio for this kind of music at all in Christian music. So why don't we launch it? So we did, and it's called Jam the Hype. And you can go to jamthehype.com, and we're now one of the biggest, basically radio stations for urban music or Christian urban music. And the thing is, what's different about us is that we just don't have a radio tower. And things, are all going that way anyway. Apple just bought Beats Music, it's going to streaming. So we're already there serving a really awesome market. And how many of you have kids that are like 12 or older? Okay, what you should do is get out your smartphone, go to your app store and search for Jam the Hype, get our free app, and start playing it in your car for your kids. And they're gonna think you're the coolest parents on the planet. So that's what Jam the Hype is about. Let me do a quick click. I know we got to wrap up, but so here's our website. So from here you can actually even watch TV if you want. We have covering live concerts, do interviews, different events all over the country. This is kind of like OMT Raps Christian Edition. Let's see what comes up here. It might surprise me. While that's yeah, so this is like, we were at South by Southwest in Austin, which is the nation's biggest music festival. We were backstage doing interviews with different artists. And then we have news. All kinds of news, everything we just cover it wall to wall. And anyway, so that's Jam the Hype. So God's just really been using this, and we're seeing huge audiences building. We have a 2-hour syndicated FM radio show that's on 50 FM stations now. That reaches 100,000 people a week. We have 30,000 listeners on our internet radio stream. We have 40,000 visitors to our website a month. It's just going like crazy. And so that's how God helped me overcome the challenge. So one book, I get nothing from this. But last Friday, I just happened to crack this book that somebody had given me a while back. I'd like to highly recommend this to you, because this book, basically when I was reading it, I felt like it was reading my fortune cookie or something. It just showed me exactly the story I had just lived the past dozen or so years. And it's all about how God has a dream for you, and you just need to go do it. And oftentimes, in fact, one young kid did a little study, and he asked people 25 and under, what's keeping you from doing your dream? And they're like, well, I don't have enough time, I don't have enough money, I'm too young. And then he asked people above 25, what's keeping you from doing your dream? Well, I don't have enough time, I don't have enough money, and I'm too old. So apparently the optimal age is 25. You have to be 25 to market your dream. So there's always an excuse. And so God wants to use you where you are, and He can show you what to do. So thanks very much.
Amen. Amen.
Isn't that a great story? Just a great story of following God. And one of the things that I think is so relevant for every one of us is to have that heart that says, Lord, I want to hear your voice. I want you to lead my steps. And I want to get something done that's honoring and pleasing to you. And when we have that kind of a heart, God's going to do some great things. I think we should talk about the Five Guy. That it'd be great to have him come out. And when I was listening to that song, I thought about, here's a former crack, meth addict, and he's on a mission. What if every one of us could say, I'm on a mission, and I'm doing this for, and then you fill in the blank. I'm doing this for the people that you know, that you walk with, that are in your sphere of influence. If we could light a fire like that throughout the kingdom, you hear me often say, 300,000 to 400,000 churches in America. What if every one of them just started preaching the truth of Jesus? There was a guy, Harold Bredesen, he passed away, but before he passed away, he came and shared with me a vision, and who knows, one of these days we might even be a part of seeing this happen. But he put me on a conference call with a guy named Mario, who at the time was the assistant to the Pope. And so it was a little conference call to the Vatican. And Harold's vision was to do a day of grace, where all over the world, every church, whether it was an evangelical church, a Catholic church, whatever it was, everybody would preach about the grace of Jesus on one day and see what God could do. It did not get accomplished in Harold's lifetime, but what a great concept, what a great thought. True? So if a rap artist, or if a drug addict can become a rap artist with a vision, I think a real estate agent can have a vision. I think a doctor, a financial planner, you know, whoever you are, you can walk with a vision and you can make a difference. Sandra, how about if you come for just a minute and tell us about what's happening?